Hey guys, what's going on? It's Steph here. I hope you've been well. I know I have. And before we get into a synopsis of this week's video, I'm gonna get to business first. As a reminder, I now sell metal detecting equipment, so please make sure if you need anything metal detecting related at all, shoot me a line at stephdiggs@gmail.com, or you can reach me on Facebook Messenger as well. Now, no more business, just on to greatness. Have you ever had that gut feeling that just pulls you back to a site and you know you need to revisit it as soon as possible? Well, recently that's exactly what happened to me, and the feeling was not unfounded. It turns out I needed to get back to this site for a number of reasons, a couple of which you'll see today, and then what you'll see in next week's video. Now, this is a very special site to me. 3 years ago, it's where I really got to understand my Equinox 600. It's also where I pulled my first 1600s coin, which was a William, dating somewhere between 1695 and 1698. So we already know it's old. And what you're about to witness is my best hunt of 2021. And there are two very special finds. One which leaves me speechless and sends me down a road of research and restoration, and another that brings me to tears of joy. These were two relics on my own personal bucket list, and I can't tell you how excited I am to share them with you. This is why I metal detect. Let's hop in. All right, got a target here. It was ringing up 16, 17. I couldn't find it, so I actually refilled the hole. This is what I do often if I can't find a really deep target, which this is. Swung over it again, and then I was able to really precisely pinpoint it. I have something flat and green. I don't think it's going to be a coin because of how low it rang up, but it's green like a relic. Oh, yep, it is. All right, so that is actually, I believe, this is the bottom part to a saddle strap guide. So would have had this little bar over the top, and then the leather from the saddle would have just been right through there. So that's pretty cool. I'm not sure if it's got a pattern on there or not. Looks pretty plain to me, but if it does have a pattern, I'll come back. Okay, guys, well, I've been out here for a long time today. I know you saw that saddle strap guide earlier, but that's really all I found on this outing, on this particular day. I think I have something that I have been thinking about a lot lately, and I only have 2 of them, but now I think I might have 3. It doesn't look quite right though, so I'm not sure, but it rang up at 12 to 13. It's a very thin piece of brass, and we are in a really old area. Oh dear God. Oh my God, I think that's good. I think that's a kettle point. Oh my, yep. That's gotta be what that is. Has to be what that is. I don't know, the only thing I feel, yeah, it's like, sorry for the heavy breathing, but, you know, they would use, like, shears to cut these, so that could just be a legitimate cut there. Oh, the reason I'm not completely losing my mind is I'm not 150% sure. But on my first one, it was just a tiny little green triangle, and it was actually thicker than this. And my second one was a no doubter. It looked exactly like, you know, an arrowhead, very typical shape of an arrowhead and really pointy tip. So I don't know if this was just discarded and not used because it wasn't sharp enough. But that looks like a kettle point to me. So I'm going to brush this off. I'll come back. I'll show you a little bit of a cleaned up version of this, but I do think that's what it is. And yeah, I'm going to let that settle in for a little while because that's one of the most exciting things you can find as far as I'm concerned. These are like early to mid 1600s. This is a 400-year-old kettle point. Oh my God. All right, guys. Well, I've been staring at this for a while, and now I'm perplexed because it's got ornamentation going all the way around here. So I'm torn on what this is. I'm positive it's not anything that you see on a day-to-day basis. This is very, very old. And this almost reminds me of like French fur trade stamping. So I don't know if perhaps this was a pendant. I don't know. Like, you know, it's obviously missing quite a bit of it, or if somebody was just playing around or what, but this is going to be really special, whatever this is. This might be like find of the year for me. I just have a feeling. So hopefully by the time this video comes out, I'll know what it is. The other side, I don't see anything coming through just yet. And with kettle points, typically you really don't want to clean them off, or whatever the heck this happens to be. Wow. So yeah, hopefully I have information by the time this video drops, because I think this is something really special. It is indeed a very special find, and it's my best 17th century find to date. Now, I know I said that you shouldn't typically clean kettle brass, but my curiosity got the best of me, and I have had luck in the past just simply toothpicking the dirt very carefully off of a kettle point, which is still no easy feat considering it's, 400-year-old caked on dirt stuck to the surface. Now, by the time I got home, I did realize that this could be nothing else but Native American jewelry. However, what didn't occur to me is that something was hiding underneath the dirt. Let's just say, since sometimes I can't leave my relics alone and I love to clean them, it's probably a good thing that this ended up with me. Because had I not cleaned it and left it in its dug state, it would look nothing like what you're about to see on the screen. If that doesn't take your breath away, I don't know what does. On the left, the before, and the one on the right, the after, I still can't stop staring at it. Now, as you can imagine, when I posted this on Facebook, it garnered a lot of attention in the metal detecting community. And my friend Peter specifically showed a lot of interest in the piece because he is really well versed with Native American artifacts. We talked about the piece quite a bit over the course of a couple of weeks, and he sent me some pictures. I'm going to throw some examples on the screen that he sent me right now, which is side by side compared with my piece. There is no denying that those symbols on mine, which almost look like Templar crosses, really resonate with the pieces that Peter sent me. Now, upon closer inspection through a jeweler's loupe, I was able to determine that unfortunately the piece wasn't just unfinished, it was broken. Now, back to the dig though. Shortly after I dug it, I was chased out by a yellow jacket. What else is new? But like any good relic hunter, I had to go back and see if I could find more. Although what I found was completely unexpected. All right, full disclosure, it is a new day. I'm right up against this rock wall, and there's a rotted tree base, maybe 30 feet that way. Second day in a row I've been here where I've had to run away from yellow jackets. I got stung pretty good yesterday. That wasn't fun. So anyway, I came back today because I had to run and leave the plug open. And I wanted to see what this 11, 12 to 14 signal was. And sorry, I was having trouble focusing because it's so dark in here. We're about to get that storm Elsa. I don't know what this is, but that could be even more jewelry. This could be something tactical. I don't know. It was ringing up like kettle brass. So, I'll get that cleaned up just a little bit. And if I can discern anything in the field, I will come back. Okay, so there's the woods that I was hunting in. That's just the woods line there. And then I've got about an acre or two of fields this way. You can't really tell, but I'm downhill right now. At the top of the hill there, I think there may have been a homestead. I'm not sure. Had a decent look out here in the pass. And I just got a 17-18 signal. It was almost double tapping, and I have a button down there. I could see a shank. Surprised it rang up that high, given that it's just a little button. A little button. Oh, maybe it's because it still has some gilding on it. That's probably why. Sometimes buttons will ring higher when they've got that on there. It's nice. All right, let me brush it off, and I will come back. Well, that's all I can get off of it right now. It was shining a moment ago, but now it's not wet anymore. So it seems to be, it could actually be some silver wash, and that would look gold with a bunch of dirt on top of it. In terms of a back mark, a very simple gilt. So that could be anywhere from like 1790s to maybe 1810 or 1820 or so. Nice early button. All right, we'll keep going until the rain comes. All right, still just on this little hillside here. I got a 17 to 18 signal. Oh, maybe like 16 to 17, I don't know. I don't remember now. Good signal though, nice and loud. And I did see what it was, but I just dropped the dirt back where I found it. So we're gonna pull it out together. And it's one of my favorite things to find. Look at that, we got part of a colonial shoe buckle. That is the shape. And it's in really good shape too. Not even bent at all. That's awesome. I will always take Colonial shoe buckle parts. You guys know how much I love them. That's great. So what we'll do now is we're going to circle around this little area, see if I can find the rest of the shoe buckle. I doubt it. That's never happened before, but that's an amazing sign. All right, well, I definitely found a hot spot because I'm still on this hillside. And I was getting like a mid-20s signal way down there. That is over a foot deep. I just pulled this out, which looks like a saddle strap guide. Just found one of these here, actually. Yep. But I would say it is. Ooh, it's got fancy on it. All right, I'm going to brush that off and come back. That looks really pretty. Okay, well, I would say that's definitely one of the nicer ones I've ever found. Still has some tinning or silver wash on there. I can't tell which it is, but it's not pewter. This is brass. And, man, that thing looks ancient. Nice early colonial piece there. Look at even the edges, or the corners, rather. It's got ornamentation all the way around it. I love that. I just found something ridiculous. Let me turn the sensitivity down on this. I've got this all maxed out so it's just like chapping in my ear. I got like a mid-20s to 30-ish mixed with iron. And because I've got the sensitivity on I'm sorry, this is my best find. This is my best find. I can't believe what I just found. I'm like, it hasn't even fully sunk in yet. Anyway, so I'm not used to running the sensitivity all the way up on this. I usually stick around 22, 23. But, you know, in this field, because there are all these little, you know, kind of like sticky, well, woody, sticky things sticking up, I cranked it to 25, and I just found colonial gold. Oh my God. I found colonial gold. I mean, I suppose it could just be plated, but that's a wax seal matrix. Let me see if the stone's still in there. Probably not. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. Oh, my God. I can't believe this. Oh, my God. I keep... Okay. It's probably just plated. Yeah, I think it's just plated, but I don't care. Oh my God, I've always wanted one of these. No, that was sweat that just flew off my face. Or tears, I don't know. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, wait a minute. Is there something there? I don't want to scratch it. I'm gonna... Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna have to get back with you. I'm gonna have to try to sift for the stone for a long time. And we're gonna get thunderstorms soon, so I might have to mark the spot and then re-excavate it. I don't know. Holy crap. That is a dream find. I am having just an amazing month so far. Oh my God. Alright, I'll be back with you when I've sprayed this off, and yeah, I'm gonna snap a few pictures for Facebook. Okay, I'll be back in a few, guys. Okay, well, the verdict is in. There's no glass or stone in there, unfortunately. And I'm probably going to have to come back another day to sift for it. There was a really deep down there. And I've calmed down a little bit, as you can hear. Oh, my God, this is one of my best finds ever, though. I feel like I say that a lot, but this is just a different level. This still swivels. This still works perfectly. And the back is just unbelievable. And this could have doubled as a watch winder as well. I'm not sure. But yeah, needless to say, I'm pretty much speechless. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I don't care about coins nearly as much as this kind of stuff. Whew. And something's just been telling me lately to come back to this field. And I am so happy that I did. Okay, number one, the reason for the initial freakout is because I thought it was solid gold, not gold filled. But another reason for my freakout was this is such a personal item. This is the equivalent of losing your cell phone and keys in today's world. And they certainly aren't lost often, because I'm going to put a picture on the screen right now. Everybody try to stay mature, and look where men wore these. Okay, I don't know if even I can be mature right now because so many of you have laughed at a picture that I put on Facebook to show where the fob was situated on men's clothing. To my guys here, instinctively I'm assuming that's a place you're going to be very cognizant of all the time, and maybe that's why colonial men wore these fobs where they did. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to locate the glass intaglio or stone that day. However, I did discover, upon researching this to death, that that waffle iron pattern served a purpose. In fact, it is a stamp itself. In the Georgian era, as it turns out, we didn't just seal letters with wax. We also used these tiny round discs called wafers. They were an adhesive glue that you would stick between pieces of paper, which was actually made out of your letter, into an envelope. We didn't really use envelopes in the Georgian era because the recipient is the one who would have to pay for the postage, and to be, I guess, considerate, you want to keep the cost down for them as much as you can. So that's the reason why letters were folded almost in an origami style way to make up the envelope itself. It's pretty fascinating. In fact, I learned a lot about this subject by watching a Townsends video. I know a lot of you are probably subscribed to them. Outstanding channel. I can't recommend it enough. I will put a link in the description below to the video that I used to get a lot of my information. Now, here are some examples of similar stamps to mine. Naturally, these are actually desktop examples, but they're the only ones I could really find. For whatever reason, they're not easy to find as an antique that you can buy. And take a look at this as well. This is where everything comes together. You've got your wafers on the left, the envelope in the middle, and that stamp on the right. So with the wafer and the stamp, that's your end result, is that center envelope. It was a very secure way to seal a letter in the Georgian era, and way less messy than wax. And I have to say, this is my favorite part about the hobby. Had I not found that wafer stamp seal, more than likely I never would have known they existed. And that's why I love this hobby so much. You learn something new every day if you put in the time. All right, well, that's all the hunting for this week, guys. How about we take a closer look at those finds? All right, guys, it's wrap-up time. If you haven't seen the new wrap-up board yet, here it is. My friend Patrick made it. Patrick, I gotta be honest with you, though, it really is kind of too big, so I don't know how often I'll end up using it, but I will use it when I can. So let's go over some of the stuff. That little button, which actually did have some gold gilding left on there. It almost looked like there was a design on the front, but I can't really make it anything out, so yeah, it is what it is. And it did have that gilt back mark. Very tough to see now, though, since I cleaned it. Whoopsies. Still a cool piece. This, I have been told, is junk. I am pretty sure that's the case, but hey, it made me go back to the site, which is really important because obviously, you know, ended up getting that, but I'm doing that out of order, aren't I? So let's take a look at other stuff. This, I don't know what it is. It's just a piece of junk that I dug up. It could be kettle brass. It was very close to the jewelry, but heck if I know. Or just an exploded bullet. Probably more of the likely case there. Got my shoe buckle shape. Absolutely love finding those. It's in really good shape too. And let's see, we have a couple of saddle strap guides. This one's just plain. When I brushed it off in the field, I didn't see anything coming through. That's the first piece from the video. So plain, but we will take it. It's horse tack I actually like. And this one is just, if I can pick it up. Can I pick it up? I just clipped my nails. Hard to pick it up. That one's just beautiful. Definitely some kind of tinning on the front, I would say. As the back is completely different looking than the front. So that is just a beautiful piece. That's probably maybe my second favorite saddle strap guide. I have another one, super duper ornate, that I dug, I don't know, a couple of years ago. So you may have seen it on YouTube, you may not have. But anyway, moving right along to the stars of the show. Let's take a look at this first. This is just a beautiful, beautiful example of a watch fob that is also a wafer stamp and a watch winding key. I have not come up with a concise term for this yet because it's kind of a multi-tool. So, you know, eventually I will be replacing the lost stone with probably a carnelian that would have been historically accurate. And I'm not sure that it would have even had a wax stamp, you know, like an intaglio. It could have just been a plain stone since that was your stamp right there. But, you know, in the 18th and early 19th century, you would still be using wax and wafers. So who knows? Who knows? But since I'm not sure exactly what was in there, I don't want to mess up the integrity, so I'm just going to keep it plain when I actually do replace the stone. But for now, this is a beautiful way to display it, and I'm not in any rush to have that replaced because I love it just the way it is. And of course, this is just like the find of a lifetime right here. I am so glad that Stefitis kicked in. My friend Mark has called my inability to leave things alone when they come out of the ground Stefitis, which is so true. If you know me personally, you know sometimes I have some mishaps when I overclean things. I just can't help myself. But in this case, I'm really glad I got my hands on this so that I could clean it. Not sure if I explained in the video, but the back is just that plain kettle brass. So it is applied silver. Absolutely crazy. That toning is 400 years old. I love that piece. It might be my best find ever. I'm not sure. There's some debate about that. I really don't know, but God, I'm probably never going to find the rest of this, unfortunately, but at least I did give it a shot. And yeah, again, quality over quantity, but I can't complain about that. All right, everybody. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Very special one for me. And remember, get out there, save what you can, do what you love. We'll see you next week.